Here's how I transition from business owner to full-time day trader. I'm going to show you how I become a full-time day trader, and hopefully you can learn something from my journey. For anyone that doesn't know me and is new to my videos, my name's Jack and I have been a full-time Forex day trader for over 7 years now, and also the main trader for the Limitless Trading Club. I create educational content around trading and my trading journey every week. I previously run a service-based business that had 14 employees and doing about 650,000 in revenue, GBP, that we have now passed on to our younger brother because it wasn't the business for us and the trading was a lot better lifestyle. The main reason for wanting to step over into the trading was just all the mechanical moving pieces in the service-based business that we had to deal with every day. I had to be here at a single location. With the trading, I don't have to be. I had to deal with multiple staff and all of their problems every single day and every week. With the trading, I've got no staff at all. And at the end of the day, the profits on the trading are flipped compared to the service-based business. With a service-based business, you're making anywhere from 15 to 30%. But with the trading, you're anywhere from 80 to 90% profit. So let's get into how I transition and how that can help you. I'm going to break this down into 5 parts, starting with part number 1. Part number 1 is going to be becoming a day trader. And that is, obviously, if you've got a service-based business or a business that you're running currently, you need to then create time in your schedule is to educate yourself on how to become a trader. So you need to find an education platform such as the Limitless Trading Club or others that are going to teach you and give you their experience on trading. Then that's going to probably take a 9 to 12 month period to become a trader that understands the market and is making profit. If you need to watch a video on that, I've also got one about how long it takes to become a full-time day trader. But in this video, I'm showing you how to transition from a service-based business over to a day trader because I've already done that. That's number 1. We need the education on how to become a trader. Then number 2, you need to calculate how much you need income-wise to cover your expenses. So if you've got an expensive of £2,000 a month, what goes out and pays all your bills, then you need to think, right, I can't transition over to becoming a full-time trader or get rid of the business or the job. Then you're going to look at that and think, right, that's what I need to make first. So then part number 2 is going to be income. And that's going to be calculating how much you need to bring in. Let's say you need, a minimum is £2,000 per month brought in from the trading. So that means you can get rid of the business or the service-based business you're currently in. And to go back on this, the 9 to 12 months is for someone that hasn't got loads and loads of time. If you have got a service-based business and you're currently only doing 4 days a week and you can put a whole day into education, then you're going to, by all means, get further than someone that's only putting 1 hour a day in 5 days a week. So if they're only doing 5 hours a week and you can put 10 to 15 hours a week in, you're going to bring this down to some sort of 5 to 6 month period. So think about that and what that is, but this is roughly calculating for someone doing 1 hour a day. So I'll put that over here in the red. Right, so now you're at a stage where you've learned to become a trader, you're starting to place your own trades and make a profit. Then you've worked out the income that you need in from the trading to be able to cover your expenses. Now we need to calculate the profits that you've made over the last minimum of 3 months. So let's say you've been trading for 12 months now and you've been placing your own trades for the last 6 months. Let's calculate what you are profitable over that time period to then work out how much trading capital you're going to need to be able to make the income you want from trading. So number 3 is going to be profit. Could have got me a better back pen though, Sam, because that's rubbish. See that? Magic. New pen come out of nowhere. So for an example, let's work out what the profit from the trading could be. Let's say you've been trading for the previous 6 months. You've had 1 losing month at -2%. You've had 1 month where you was at a break even, meaning you didn't make any money, but you also didn't lose any money. And then you had 4 profitable months where you made a solid, let's say, 12% across the 4 months. That could be the fact that you're going to make 3% per month, or that could be that you made 1% one month, 5% the next, and spread across. That's mainly what it's normally going to look like, a little bit staggered, so we need to factor that in when looking at our trading capital. So in theory, we have made for the 4 months that we were profitable 3% per month, but that is going to mix in between. Obviously, some months are going to be less than others. So overall, for the profit of 6 months, I must say my assistant, that's quite bad, that's not a black pen, we made 12% profit. I'm incorrect there. We actually made 10% profit because we got minus the 2 off of that. So we actually cleared 10% for the 4 months, giving us a 2.5% profit per month. Part number 3 is going to be profit from your trading. So let's say you've been trading for the previous 6 months and we need to calculate what you've made profit-wise. So for over the 6-month period, you had 1 losing month at minus 2%. You had 1 month at break even, meaning you didn't make anything, but you also didn't lose anything. And then you had 4 months where you made a 12% profit across the 4 months. So if we minus the 2% that we lost from our losing month from the profitable months, that leaves us with a 10% profit across the 6-month period. You may be asking why we need this. This is now going to roll into part number 4 on calculating how much trading capital you're going to need to be able to then step over into becoming a day trader. Now we've worked out how to become a trader, how much we need to cover our expenses, and also how much profit we've made from the last 6 months of our trading journey. We need to work out the amount of capital we're going to need to bring in the income. So we're saying we need £2,000 per month, and we're saying for a 6-month period of trading. That means we need £12,000 for the 6 months to cover expenses. So then we need to look at the 10% we made in profit and work that out from what we need on the 12,000. So if we want to make 10% from the capital we've got, and that will bring us in £12,000, that is meaning we will need to have at a minimum 120,000 in trading capital. Then obviously the 10% profit on 120,000 will give us the £12,000 we need to cover all expenses for the 12 months. So let's get that in. We need profit. We're looking at, we need 120,000 in capital, and then we obviously plus the 10% we made over the 6-month period. This then will give us our 12,000 in profit. And then we divide that bad boy 6 equals 2k. So that means at a minimum we've covered all expenses and we haven't had to work on the service-based business that we've now fallen out of love with. But to work this as a experienced full-time trader, you're actually going to need more than 120,000 in trading capital to allow for brokers' fees, the 10% split on funded trading account if you're using funded capital. So in total, I'm saying you're going to need a total trading capital of 150,000 before you can think about stepping over from the service-based business into becoming a day trader. So in theory, it's going to take a 9 to 12 month period to get this locked in and under key. But in business terms, that is a very short period. So finally, let's get that trading plan together and work out how many funded accounts we're going to need to purchase to get to the goal. So number 5 is going to be setting up the plan. So first of all, we need a minimum of 150,000 in trading capital, TC we call it, keep it short and sweet. With funded accounts, we don't put all our eggs in one basket, meaning we don't always go with the same company for all of our accounts. And also, we don't just buy one large trading account. And the reason for that is, if I just go out and buy a 150,000 or 200,000 pound trading account, which is probably going to cost me somewhere between 800 and 1,200 pounds investment, then I need to pass the challenge. And once I pass the challenge, I then get access to the funds to trade. Is that if we either have the account shut down for any sort of reason, or that funded company goes under, we're going to lose all of our trading capital in one go. So what I would be doing, I would look to break this down into smaller accounts and look to buy 3 £50,000 funded accounts And then we always got a different amount of trading capital, also from different suppliers. So meaning if we lost one account, it means we've still got a £100,000 to trade with, and we just need to then grab another £50,000 account instead of just losing all of our trading capital and basically not being a trader. So let's go through the costs on what it's going to be, and also how many we're going to need to purchase. So on these, a £50,000 account is what we're going for. 50k account is going to be about £300 per account. So if we got to think that equals £300 per account we're looking to get. But we're not going to pass every single funded account we purchase. For me as a trader and the accounts I've bought myself, I normally do a 3-to-1 ratio. Meaning for every 3 accounts I purchase, I'm only going to pass 1. And that could be just because the market hasn't got that 8 or 10% to give me for that period. A lot of brokers now are stopping the 30-day trials and are going into an unlimited time frame, but just meaning you have your withdrawal down period, I couldn't get that out, and also your target period, meaning you can only lose up to like 6% over the whole challenge, but you need to gain 8 or 10% back, and there's no time frame on this. So we need to look at, we're going to need to buy 3 accounts to get 1, and then we need 3 accounts in total. So in theory, we're going to need to purchase 9 accounts to be able to get our £150,000 in trading capital. So we've got to do 300 times 9, it's going to give us the total. £2,700. So that's going to give us a total of £2,700 that we're going to need to invest into funded trading capital to then bring us back the actual trading capital we need to become a full-time trader. Or if you're already running a decent sized service-based business, you should be able to transaction funds from that business into your trading account, and then you don't need no funded trading account at all. You can just trade your own capital. And here is a tip for all business owners or entrepreneurs out there. If you've got an English-based business that's got profit in it, you can loan that to another one of your companies and then basically just never pay it back and shut the other company down. Little tip for you there. So for a wrap up, what it's going to take is 9 to 12 months to educate yourself on becoming a trader and actually start making a consistent profit per month. You're also going to need £2,700 to gain the £150,000 in trading capital that you need. Obviously, if you've got more expenses than that, you need to do the calculation on what your outgoings are. Obviously, if you've got less than that, then that's even better because you need less to invest. And then also you're going to need to educate yourself on trading. So something like the Limitless Trading Club for a yearly subscription at the minute is £1,200. So you're going to need to step into that and think about that. But in total, it's probably going to cost you anywhere between £4,000 to £5,000 to replace your service-based business or the business you currently have to become a full-time day trader and have no staff, no time frame, and no location cap. That's the key with trading. It's all about the lifestyle. And then once you've got the skills to trade, it's a lot easier to scale than a service-based business because you can just buy another funded account and you create no more work and just more profits. So what I'm saying is if you've got a £10,000 trading account or a £1 million trading account, there is no extra work. You just need more capital and less trades. So if you want to watch more trading content, head over to the Limitless Trading Club YouTube channel where I drop a new video every Monday at 5:30. Thanks for watching.